Have you ever thought about the rarest American old cars that are hardly seen anywhere? From forgotten classics to hidden treasures, these vintage vehicles hold stories waiting to be told. Each car is a testament to the creativity and innovation of its era, showcasing unique designs and engineering marvels. Join us as we explore the 100 rarest American old cars of all time you've never seen. Number 100, 1929 Duesenberg Model J. The Duesenberg Model J drove on American roads between 1928 and 1937. It was made by Duesenberg Motors Corporation. Around 481 examples of this car were built, including different versions. One special thing about it was its powerful 7-liter DOHC Duesenberg straight-8 engine. This engine was very advanced for its time because it had 2 camshafts, which was not common. At first, the Model J ran without any extra help, but later, starting from 1932, you could get it with a supercharger. The regular Model J made about 265 horsepower, but with the supercharger, it could go even faster. Its transmission was a 3-speed manual. Number 99, 1929 Cord L29. The Cord L29 debuted in 1929 and continued till early 1932, marking the era as the first American front-wheel drive car period. The brainchild of Cornelius Van Rarest, its engine, a 298 cubic inch Lyoming straight-8, was a remarkable feat, sourced from larger Auburn models but repositioned to face forward. This innovation, coupled with a 3-speed manual transmission, gave it a distinctive appearance and respectable power, producing 125 horsepower. However, challenges arose. Its lengthy 137.5-inch wheelbase and hefty 2.5-ton curb weight, along with frequent wear of front half-shaft joints, impacted its performance. Additionally, its price exceeded that of competitors, and conservative buyers were wary of its novel front-wheel drive concept. Despite these hurdles, only 4,429 L29s were manufactured during its production span. Number 98, 1927 LaSalle. In 1927, General Motors introduced the LaSalle, aiming to bridge the gap between Buick and Cadillac. It was meant to be a more affordable companion car to Cadillac. The car's design was crafted by Harley Earl, who later led GM's Art and Color division. Earl drew inspiration from Hispano Suiza, resulting in a sleek appearance. Underneath its stylish exterior, the LaSalle boasted a V8 engine, blending performance and sophistication. Though not as powerful as its sibling Cadillac, the LaSalle's V8 engine still offered respectable horsepower. Additionally, it came with a transmission appropriate for its time. This combination of features made the LaSalle a notable addition to General Motors' lineup. Number 97, 1930 Cadillac V16. The Cadillac V16, also called the Cadillac 16, was Cadillac's top car from January 1930 until 1940. Each V16 car was custom-made according to the buyer's preferences, making it unique and special. The V16 engine was advanced for its time. It had overhead valves and was 7.4 liters in size. The engine's V-angle was 45 degrees, chosen for easy fitting into the chassis and maintenance purposes. Cadillac took great care to ensure the V16 engine ran smoothly, showcasing their dedication to quality. Though not as common as its V8 counterparts, the V16 engine boasted impressive horsepower, making it a formidable choice for those seeking power and luxury. Number 96, 1928 Ford Model A. The Ford Model A was made between 1928 and 1931. It came after the famous Model T and marked a shift towards newer car designs. One thing that made it stand out was its sleek appearance, which looked modern compared to the Model T. It borrowed some of its design elements, like the front fenders and radiator shell, from the Lincoln car. The engine of the Model A was a 4-cylinder one with a size of about 200.5 cubic inches. Unlike the Model T, it had a water pump, better lubrication, and an improved cooling system, which made it more reliable. The engine could produce around 40 to 50 horsepower, a significant upgrade from the Model T, even though by today's standards it wouldn't be considered very powerful. Before we proceed, remember to hit the subscribe button to stay updated on similar content. Now, let's dive back into the video. Number 95, 1931 REO Royal 8. The REO Royal 8 was made from 1931 to 1934. It was a popular sight on the roads during this time, known for its elegant appearance and unique design. Amos Northup, the chief body designer at Murray Corporations of America, crafted its distinctive features, including sweeping fenders and a deeply V'd grille. His artistic touch gave the Royal 8 a rare and majestic look, setting it apart from other luxury cars of its era. In terms of performance, it was powered by a smooth straight-8 engine, boasting specifications such as displacement of 358 cubic inches and producing 125 horsepower at 3,300 RPM. Its top speed reached an impressive 90 miles per hour, making it a powerful touring car. The transmission was a 3-speed manual with freewheeling capability, enhancing cruising comfort. Number 94. 1931 Auburn Speedster. The 1931 Auburn Speedster, crafted by the Auburn Automobile Company in Indiana, was a standout classic. Produced from 1928 to 1936, the Speedster series, particularly from 1931 to 1934, showcased the epitome of automotive elegance. Sporting a straight 8 engine in 1931, it boasted a smooth delivery with an L-head configuration. In 1932, the model took a leap with a robust V12 engine, generating 160 horsepower from its 391 cubic inch power plant. Its 3-speed manual transmission, with synchro mesh on second and third gears, offered a dynamic driving experience. Designed by Alan Leamy, its boat-tail design exuded exclusivity, while an elongated hood in the 1932 model enhanced its visual allure. Number 93. 1932 Chrysler CL Custom Imperial. The Chrysler CL Custom Imperial was made in 1932 and 1933, a time known for great cars. Chrysler was a top competitor then. Under the hood, it had an inline, L-head 8-cylinder engine. The engine was quite powerful, with a displacement of 384 cubic inches, which is about 6.3 liters. It could produce 125 horsepower at 3,200 RPM. The engine was precise thanks to its solid valve lifters, and it used a Stromberg 2V Model EE3 carburetor for efficient fuel delivery. With a compression ratio of 5.2 to 1, it could reach speeds of over 95 miles per hour. For transmission, the CL Custom Imperial had a 4-speed synchro mesh manual transmission. This transmission, paired with Chrysler's floating power engine, made gear changes smooth. Number 92. 1932 Ford V8. The 1932 Ford V8, also called the Model 18, was made from 1932 onwards. It was a big deal in car history, blending low cost with V8 muscle. Ford's Model 18 changed the game by offering an affordable V8 engine, challenging the idea that only rich folks could enjoy more than 6 cylinders. Its V8 engine, sized at 221 cubic inches, packed a punch for its era. By merging the crankcase and cylinder banks into one piece, Ford slashed manufacturing costs, putting the V8 within reach of more people. With 65 horsepower at 3,400 RPM, the 1932 Ford V8 delivered impressive power, especially considering its price tag. Number 91. 1932 Packard Twin 6. The 1932 Packard Twin 6 was built from 1932 onwards. It was a standout in the automotive world, known for its power, style, and innovation. Its most remarkable feature was its V12 engine, which was rare for cars back then. With a displacement of 445 cubic inches and producing 160 horsepower at 3,600 RPM, this engine delivered unmatched smoothness and performance. It was equipped with a single Stromberg dual-draft carburetor for efficient fuel delivery. The car came with a 3-speed manual transmission, allowing drivers to feel its lively acceleration. Its design was striking, characterized by sweeping curves, chrome accents, and a lengthy hood housing the potent V12. Number 90. 1933 Cadillac V16 Aerodynamic Coupe. The Cadillac V16, also known as the Cadillac 16, was Cadillac's most luxurious model from January 1930 until 1940. It was the first V16-powered car in the United States, known for its high cost and exclusivity. Each car's chassis was custom finished to the buyer's specifications. Over its 11-year production span, only 4,076 were built, with most produced in its debut year before the Great Depression hit. The V16 engine was remarkable, running quietly and capable of propelling the aerodynamic coupe to a top speed of 100 miles per hour. Its power and smoothness set new standards for the time, influencing Cadillac and GM designs well into the 1940s. Number 89. 1933 Pierce Arrow Silver Arrow. The Pierce Silver Arrow was made in 1933 by the American luxury car company Pierce Arrow. It was designed by Philip O. Wright and first shown at the 1933 New York Auto Show. Only 5 Silver Arrows were made in just 3 months, which was quite fast. This car was different from other Pierce Arrow cars because it looked more modern. It had a sleek design with a slanted grille and headlights on the fenders. Its engine was a V12, which means it had 12 cylinders arranged in a V shape. This engine could make the car go as fast as 115 miles per hour. Number 88. 1934 Chrysler and DeSoto Airflow. From 1934 to 1937, Chrysler Airflow and its DeSoto counterpart were made. They were quite different from other cars back then, both in how they looked and how they worked. Instead of following the usual design, they went for something totally new. The airflow had a body shape inspired by Zeppelins, with a grille that looked like a waterfall and smooth, curvy lines. Under the hood, both the Chrysler and DeSoto airflows had 8-cylinder engines. These engines used aluminum heads, a feature that's still made today. While the exact power varied, these cars were considered strong for their era, promising a comfortable ride. Number 87. 1934 Packard 12 Sport Coupe by LeBaron. The Packard 12 Sport Coupe, crafted by LeBaron, rolled out in 1934 during the 11th series of Packard 12 models, marking a pinnacle in the marque's history. This car exemplified innovation, drawing inspiration from the Mercedes-Benz Autobahn Courier, with its sleek fastback roofline. Noteworthy were its rounded pontoon fenders and gracefully curved running boards, distinguishing it on the road. Powering this automotive masterpiece was a robust V12 engine, churning out an impressive 160 horsepower, delivering a blend of performance and elegance. Number 86. 1934 Pierce Arrow 12 Convertible Coupe. The 1934 Pierce Arrow 12 Convertible Coupe, part of the 1240A series, was manufactured in the mid-1930s, a time marked by significant shifts in automotive design. Its standout feature lies in its engine, a 462 cubic inch L-head 12-cylinder engine. With a 2-barrel Stromberg carburetor, it boasted an impressive 175 horsepower. This engine distinguished the car, adding to its luxurious appeal. As for its transmission, the 1934 Pierce Arrow 12 came with a 3-speed manual transmission. These specifications encapsulate the essence of this elegant coupe, highlighting its power, sophistication, and significance in automotive history. Number 85. 1935 Auburn 851 Cabriolet. The Auburn 8 series, which included the 851 Cabriolet, began its production journey in 1925 and continued until 1936. Among its distinctive attributes, the 851 Cabriolet boasted a supercharged straight-eight engine and a dual-ratio rear axle. Only 26 supercharged cabriolets were crafted, rendering it a rarity in its time. Underneath its hood, the Lycoming straight-eight engine, with its supercharged mechanism, delivered commendable power. Though specific horsepower values may vary, it stood toe-to-toe with contemporary Cadillacs and Packards in terms of performance, making it a formidable presence on the road during its era. Number 84. 1936 Graham Supercharger. In the early 1930s, Graham Page, a small car company based in Detroit, introduced a groundbreaking innovation: supercharged engines. These engines, which were fitted to their production-based automobiles, first appeared in 1934. Initially, they were installed in the straight-eight engines of the 1934 Custom 8 model. By 1936, the Graham Supercharger had proven its prowess. Tested by Britain's The Auto Car, it showcased remarkable performance figures. In a 0 to 60 miles per hour test, the car recorded an impressive 14.5 seconds. Its engine produced 112 horsepower at 4,000 RPM, surpassing many competitors in terms of power and performance. Number 83. 1936 Lincoln K Convertible Roadster. In the year 1936, Lincoln introduced the Model K, which marked the peak of luxury in their lineup. This car boasted some special qualities, especially under the hood. Its engine, a 6.8-liter Lincoln L-head V12, set it apart. With 12 cylinders arranged in a V shape, this engine was designed to provide power smoothly and elegantly. Though the exact amount of horsepower it generated may vary, it was certainly impressive for its era. What truly distinguished the Lincoln K was its ability to deliver ample torque, ensuring a smooth and powerful driving experience, perfect for those who wanted to cruise in style. Number 82. 1936 Cord 810-812. The Cord 810 debuted in 1936, followed by its successor, the Cord 812 in 1937. These cars were unique for their time. They were among the first to feature front-wheel drive, a rarity in the automotive industry back then. Under the hood, they boasted a Lycoming V8 engine, notable for its innovative design, including a centrifugal supercharger, with around 170 horsepower. The supercharged Cord 812 delivered impressive performance, setting a high standard for its era. This power facilitated remarkable acceleration and overall driving experience. To complement its power, the 810-812 was equipped with a 4-speed pre-selector transmission, enhancing its dynamic handling. Number 81. 1937 Lincoln Zephyr Coupe. The Lincoln Zephyr was made from 1936 to 1942. In 1937, updates were made to its design, making it look even better. The car had a special engine. It was designed by John Tarda and completed by E.T. Bob Gregory. They made it look modern and balanced. The engine was a V12 with 110 horsepower and a size of 267 cubic inches. This gave the car both power and rarity. The engine was strong for its time, ensuring an exciting drive. The 1937 Lincoln Zephyr Coupe came with a standard 3-speed manual gearbox. Number 80. The 1937 Studebaker Dictator Coupe. The Studebaker Dictator was made by the Studebaker Corporation in South Bend, Indiana, United States of America, starting in 1927 until 1937. In 1928, they began full-scale production of the Dictator. Raymond Loewy, a famous designer, styled the Dictator Coupe. It featured a unique winged Victory grille with bars extending down the hood, giving it a sleek look. The car also had skirted fenders and a distinctive wedge-shaped Art Deco rear window. Initially, it came with a 6-cylinder engine, but in 1929, an 8-cylinder option was introduced, boosting power to 70 brake horsepower at 3,200 RPM. This upgrade, designed by Barney Roos, enhanced the car's performance. However, Studebaker faced financial difficulties, leading to the absence of a 1933 Dictator model. In 1934, a revamped version with a 6-cylinder engine was launched, while the 8-cylinder became exclusive to the Commander and President models. Number 79. 1940 Buick Series 60 Century Phaeton. The Buick Series 60 Century was made in 1940. It came in different body styles, including the Phaeton convertible. Under its hood, the Century Phaeton boasted a strong 320 cubic inch inline-8 engine. This engine used an overhead valve setup and produced 141 horsepower, which was quite powerful for its era. The Century Phaeton was a convertible with 4 doors, blending classic looks with modern performance. Only 194 of these cars were produced, enhancing their rarity and appeal to collectors. Its graceful design, convertible top, and well-proportioned body made it a distinguished model among Buick vehicles. Number 78. 1938 Graham Spirit of Motion. The Graham Spirit of Motion debuted in the 1938 model year amid efforts to save the struggling Graham Page Motors Corporation from financial ruin. Despite hopes for a revival, sales plummeted, leading to the disappearance of the Graham brand during World War II. An outstanding feature of this car was its unique engine, crafted by Amos Northup of the Murray Corporation. It boasted a revolutionary shark-nose front-end radiator design, with a bold grille and headlights that jutted forward, giving it a striking appearance. Graham's history of innovative styling was evident in earlier models like the 1932 Blue Streak 8, which pioneered streamlined aesthetics. Number 77. 1939 Ford Deluxe. The 1939 Ford Deluxe was manufactured by Ford in the late 1930s. This car marked a shift in automotive design, blending traditional elements with new innovations. Designed by E.T. Gregory, the Deluxe boasted distinctive features, including a sleek grille and well-integrated headlamps, enhancing its visual appeal. Under the hood, it offered Ford's upgraded V8 engine, delivering enhanced performance compared to earlier models. Despite these advancements, the V8 engines of that time typically produced between 85 to 90 horsepower. Number 76. 1937 Packard 180 Darrin Convertible Victoria. The Packard 180 Darrin Convertible Victoria was manufactured from 1937 to 1942, marking a period of sophistication, innovation, and Hollywood charm. It boasted unique features, notably designed by Howard Dutch Darrin, such as its sleek shark-nose front end and cut-down doors, adding to its distinctive allure on the streets of Hollywood. Powered by a robust 356 cubic inch inline-8 engine, it delivered 160 horsepower, promising substantial performance for its time. Likely equipped with a 3-speed manual transmission, it ensured smooth shifts and driving comfort. Number 75. 1940 Lincoln Continental. The Continental car was made from 1939 to 1941. In 1940, it was called Lincoln Zephyr Continental, but dropped Zephyr in later years. Its engine was based on the Lincoln Zephyr mechanics, featuring a 292 cubic inch V12 engine. This engine was upgraded in 1940 to increase both its size and power. With these updates, it generated 120 horsepower at 3,900 RPM. The engine ran smoothly, providing a refined driving experience. Additionally, it delivered 220 pound-feet of torque at 2,000 RPM, ensuring ample power for the car's performance. Number 74. 1940 Willys. The Willys car was made from 1940 to 1941. During this time, there were many new ideas and special designs in the car industry. The 1940 to 41 Willys had a unique engine. It had 4 cylinders and could produce 61 horsepower, which was good for that time. One interesting thing about the Willys was its hydraulic brakes and a shift lever on the steering column. The Willys pickup truck had a bold look. It had a high, pointed hood that showed it was confident. The low fenders made it look sporty, and its curved roof and rear fenders flowed smoothly together. Number 73. 1941 Cadillac Convertible Coupe. The 1941 Cadillac Convertible Coupe was part of the Cadillac Series 62 lineup, produced from 1940 to 1942. During this time, the automotive industry witnessed a period of elegance and innovation. Under the hood, this car housed a 346 cubic inch monoblock V8 engine. This flathead V8 power plant delivered 150 horsepower at 3,400 RPM and a torque output of 283 foot-pounds at 1,700 RPM. Its design boasted timeless elements, including perfect proportions, extended fenders, an expansive grille, tasteful hood vents, elegant side trim, and rear wheel spats, enhancing its classic appeal. Driving this Cadillac was a dream, offering an ultra-smooth ride. The Packard Custom Super Clipper Club Coupe was made between 1946 and 1947. It's a beautiful car that shows the best of American style and skill. Under the hood, it had a powerful 356 cubic inch straight-8 engine. This engine could produce up to 165 horsepower and a strong torque of 292 pound-feet. The car's sleek shape gives a feeling of smooth movement. It's full of traditional Packard details and is built with great care and attention to design. Inside, there's plenty of space for comfortable long drives. With its strong engine, it's perfect for relaxed cruising, whether you're on a scenic road or in the busy city. Number 71. 1946 Chrysler Town & Country. The Chrysler Town & Country was built between 1946 and 1948. These years represented a time after World War II when cars were designed with great style and skill. One special feature of the car was its engine. It had a powerful 5.3-liter Spitfire L-head inline 8-cylinder engine. This engine could produce 135 horsepower, making it quite strong for its time. To make driving smoother, it was paired with a 3-speed synchromesh manual transmission equipped with fluid drive. Number 70. 1948 Tucker 48. The Tucker 47 was built from 1947 to 1948, commonly referred to as My 1948. A total of 50 cars were made during this time. One special thing about the Tucker 48 was its engine. It had a flat 6 engine with overhead valves. The engine size was 334 cubic inches, which is about 5.4 liters. It produced 166 brake horsepower. The engine also generated 372 pound-feet of torque. For its transmission, the Tucker 48 used a 4-speed pre-selector transmission called the Tucker Y1. This transmission was innovative, allowing for smoother gear changes and an improved driving experience. Number 69. 1949 Cadillac Series 62 Coupe de Ville. The Series 62 Coupe de Ville started being made towards the end of the 1949 model year. Only 2,150 of these cars were built, making them rare and highly desired classics. Under the hood, it has a special engine. It's a V8 engine with valves above the cylinder. This engine has a capacity of 5.8 liters, which is equal to 331 cubic inches. It can generate 160 horsepower when the engine is running at 3,800 RPM and produces 312 pound-feet of torque at 1,800 RPM. These specifications contribute to the car's performance and appeal. Number 68. 1949 Ford. The Ford F-Series trucks made in 1949 and 1950 came in 3 models: the F1 half-ton, the F2 3/4-ton, and the F3 heavy-duty truck. They all look quite similar, sporting what people call a shoebox style. When it comes to what's under the hood, there were 2 engine options. One was a 226 cubic inch inline 6-cylinder engine. The other was a 239 cubic inch flathead V8, which could give you 100 horsepower. These trucks were built tough and had options to suit different needs. Number 67. 1949 Oldsmobile 88. The Oldsmobile 88 hit the roads in 1949, stepping in for the 78 model with a straight-8 engine. It stuck around until 1953, marking its production years. Under its hood roared the pioneering Rocket V8 engine, a powerhouse boasting 5 liters. This beast churned out 135 horsepower at 3,600 RPM and 263 foot-pound of torque at 1,800 RPM. Back then, nothing quite matched the performance of the Rocket engine. Teaming up with a 4-speed automatic hydromatic transmission, the Oldsmobile 88 showcased its prowess on both the acceleration track and the highway. Number 66. 1949 Mercury 2-door Coupe. The 1949 Mercury Coupe belonged to the Mercury 8 series, manufactured from 1949 to 1951. This model year signaled a notable departure from pre-war designs, opting for a more contemporary and sleek appearance. Under its hood, the 1949 Mercury boasted a flathead V8 engine. This 255 cubic inch V8 generated 110 horsepower and 206 pound-feet of torque. Renowned for its reliability, the flathead V8 was particularly well suited for leisurely drives and cruising along the roads. This combination of modern styling and dependable performance made the 1949 Mercury Coupe a standout choice in its era. Number 65. 1950 Nash Rambler Convertible Coupe. The Nash Rambler Convertible Coupe was made from 1950 to 1953. During those years, Nash Motors built this special car, blending usefulness with attractive design. The Rambler's body shape was unique, mixing features of both a coupe and a convertible, making it adaptable to various weather conditions. Nash was known for its innovative designs, and the Rambler was no different. Its small size and distinct lines made it stand out among cars of its time. The convertible top, which could be retracted with power, added a fun aspect, neatly folding under a snap-on cover to reveal an open-air experience. The fixed side roof rails not only provided support, but also contributed to the Rambler's distinctive look. Underneath the hood, the Rambler was equipped with a 173 cubic inch inline-six engine. For transmission, it had a column-shifted 3-speed manual transmission. The engine churned out about 82 horsepower, providing ample power for its size and era. Number 64. 1951 Hudson Hornet Club Coupe. The Hudson Hornet Club Coupe was made from 1951 to 1953. During these years, Hudson created this amazing car, blending style, performance, and craftsmanship into one. It had distinctive features like the twin-H dual carburetor setup, which boosted its power and responsiveness. The Hornet made a mark in NASCAR, dominating races with its strong engine and aerodynamic design. Its sleek lines, unique grille, and elegant proportions gave it a timeless charm. Inside, attention to detail was evident with a meticulously crafted instrument panel and high-quality materials. Under the hood, it housed a robust inline-six engine boasting around 145 horsepower. Transmission options included manual or automatic for smooth gear changes. Number 63. 1953 Buick Skylark Convertible. The Buick Skylark Convertible was made from 1953 to 1954, a short period that added to its rarity. It had distinct features that set it apart. Its design was robust, showcasing both elegance and strength. Achieving its low-slung look involved lowering seat frames, the steering column, and reducing the windshield height by 4 inches. Crafted by hand, the 1953 Skylarks carried a unique appeal. Their sleek lines, open wheel wells, and lowered silhouette made them unmistakable on the road. Underneath its hood, the Skylark housed Buick's new Fireball V8 engine, delivering impressive power while offering either manual or automatic transmissions for smooth performance. Number 62. 1953 Chevrolet Corvette. In 1953, the Chevrolet Corvette burst onto the scene, heralding the beginning of an enduring American legacy. This debut model holds a special place in automotive history as the first ever Corvette to roll off the production line, elevating its status as a prized collectible among enthusiasts. Sporting a revolutionary fiberglass reinforced body, the 53 Corvette set new standards for design innovation, paving the way for future iterations. Its distinctive chrome grille, curved windshield, and singular headlights contributed to its charismatic appeal. Beneath the hood, the 53 Corvette boasted a Blue Flame inline-six engine, generating approximately 150 horsepower, and paired with a 2-speed Powerglide automatic transmission, ensuring a seamless driving experience. Number 61. 1953 Oldsmobile Fiesta Convertible. The Oldsmobile Fiesta was only made in 1953. It's rare because only 458 were made. One thing that makes it stand out is its special features. It has a new kind of windshield and unique wheel designs. Underneath, it's powered by a strong rocket V8 engine. It also comes with an automatic transmission for easy driving. People wanted it because it had a lot of cool stuff like a convertible top, two-tone colors, fender skirts, power windows, and fancy interior features like power seats and a special steering wheel. Back in 1953, it cost $5,715. Now, it's a valuable collector's item. Number 60. 1953 Packard Caribbean Convertible. The Caribbean was introduced by Packard in November 1952 as part of their 1953 lineup. Only 750 of these cars were ever made, making them quite rare. Underneath its hood, the Caribbean boasted a powerful 327 cubic inch straight-8 engine. This engine was renowned for its performance, featuring 5 main bearings and a 4-barrel carburetor. While specific horsepower figures varied, the 327 straight-8 was known for its robust output, adding to the appeal of the Caribbean. Power from the engine was efficiently transferred to the ground through Packard's Ultramatic automatic transmission, which included a lock-up converter for a smooth driving experience. Number 59. 1953 Studebaker Starliner Coupe. In 1953, Studebaker introduced the Starliner Coupe as part of its Champion and Commander series. It stood out for its sleek design, with lower lines, smoother curves, and careful attention to detail. Underneath the hood, you'll discover a 233 cubic inch V8 engine, which matches the numbers on the vehicle's identification. This engine is fitted with twin-barrel Stromberg carburetors, delivering a respectable 120 horsepower for lively performance on the road. Paired with the V8 is a 3-speed Borg-Warner automatic transmission, known for its seamless gear changes and effortless cruising ability. Together, these features made the Starliner a standout vehicle of its time. Number 58. 1954 Chevrolet Bel Air Sport Coupe. The Bel Air Sport Coupe was introduced by Chevrolet in 1954. Joining its famous lineup of cars. It followed the popular Tri-5 models and kept the traditional look of that time. Under the hood, it offered various engine choices. One notable option was the Blue Flame Inline-6, known for its reliable performance. Additionally, buyers could opt for V8 engines, including the 235 cubic inch Blue Flame and the more powerful 265 cubic inch V8. Depending on the engine, horsepower varied. For example, the 265 V8 produced around 162 horsepower, giving the car lively acceleration. Standard transmission was a 3-speed manual, but buyers could choose the smoother shifting Powerglide automatic. Number 57. 1954 Nash Metropolitan. The Nash Metropolitan was made between 1954 and 1961. Breaking ground with its design, Nash Motors and Austin of England joined forces to create a car that mixed American and European styles. The Metropolitan had a small yet effective engine. Initially, it had a 1.2-liter inline-4 engine, later upgraded to 1.5 liters. Despite its limited power, the car was quick and nimble. Its horsepower ranged from about 42 to 55 horsepower, not particularly high. But, due to its lightweight build, the Metropolitan maximized its horsepower, making it a spirited ride despite its modest figures. Number 56. 1955 Chevrolet Bel Air. Bel Air debuted in 1955 as part of Chevrolet's Tri-5 range. Its classic design still enchants fans today. Beneath its hood, the 55 Bel Air boasted a fresh 265 cubic inch overhead valve V8 engine, representing a notable leap forward in performance and fuel efficiency. While exact horsepower numbers differ depending on the engine setup, the 265 V8 churned out approximately 162 horsepower, ensuring lively acceleration. This amalgamation of style and power solidified the Bel Air's status as an icon in automotive history, cherished by enthusiasts for its enduring appeal and groundbreaking engineering. Number 55. 1955 Chrysler C300 Hardtop. The Chrysler C300 was made only in 1955. It started the letter series cars by Chrysler, like the 300B and 300C. This car's standout feature was its powerful 5.4-liter Hemi V8 engine. This engine produced an impressive 300 horsepower, making the C300 a true performance car. What made the engine special was its hemispherical combustion chambers, which helped it generate exceptional power. With its high horsepower and relatively light body, the C300 could accelerate quickly and reach impressive top speeds. Overall, it stood out as one of the most potent production cars of its time. Number 54. 1955 Ford Thunderbird. The first generation of the Ford Thunderbird lasted from 1955 to 1957. Specifically, we'll focus on the 55 and 56 models. Mechanically, these Thunderbirds were simple and dependable. Both years came with a V8 engine. In 1955, it was a 292 cubic inch overhead valve Y-block V8, producing 193 horsepower with a 4-barrel carburetor at 198 horsepower. For 1956, the base model kept the 292 cubic inch engine, now with 202 horsepower and 289 pound-feet of torque. Additionally, Ford offered a 312 cubic inch engine as an option, boosting output to 215 horsepower or 225 horsepower. The 55 Thunderbird had 193 to 198 horsepower, while the 56 model ranged from 202 to 225, making it quite lively for its era. Buyers could opt for a manual transmission or Ford's 3-speed automatic. Number 53. 1956 Chevrolet Bel Air. The Chevrolet Bel Air was part of a famous series called the Tri-5, which included the 55, 56, and 57 models. We'll talk about the 56 Bel Air. In 1956, this car offered various engine choices to suit different tastes. Its base engine was an inline-6 with a displacement of 3.9 liters. This engine could produce 140 horsepower when their car reached 4,200 RPM. For those craving more power, there was an option for a turbocharged V8. This 4.3-liter V8 could deliver 162 horsepower at 4,400 RPM and 257 pound-feet of torque at 2,200 RPM. Additionally, a high-lift cam V8 was available, providing 225 horsepower at 5,200 RPM and 270 pound-feet of torque at 3,600 RPM. Transmission options included a 3-speed manual with column-mounted control, a 2-speed automatic power glide, and a manual overdrive. Number 52. 1955 Ford Crown Victoria Skyliner. The Ford Crown Victoria Skyliner was made in 1955 and 1956. These years were a time of new ideas and cool looks for cars. One special thing about the Skyliner was its see-through green roof. This clear roof let people feel like they were outside while staying safe from weather. Under the hood, it had different engine choices. The main one was a Y-block V8, but if you wanted more power, you could pick stronger engines. The power each engine made depended on which one you chose. The standard V8 made about 162 horsepower. If you wanted more speed, there were other engines to pick from. When it came to how it looked, the Crown Victoria Skyliner stood out. It had neat touches like eyebrows above the headlights and a pointy front. Along the sides, there were stylish lines that flowed smoothly to the round taillights. Number 51. 1956 Continental Mark II. The Continental Mark II was made in 1956 and 1957, a time known for luxury cars. It had a powerful 6-liter V8 engine under the hood. This engine didn't need any extra boost like a turbocharger. It had special parts called overhead valve gear. The cylinders were arranged in a V shape, which made the engine compact. Each cylinder had 2 valves. It could produce 285 horsepower when the engine was spinning at 4,600 RPM. At its maximum, it could deliver 544 Newton-meters of twisting force. Driving it was smooth and enjoyable. Number 50. 1957 Chrysler 300C. The Chrysler 300C was made only in 1957. It was part of a group of cars that amazed car fans with its new look and advanced technology. Under its hood was a strong 392 cubic inch Hemi V8 engine. This engine was used in racing and was powerful. In the 300cc, it made 375 horsepower and 420 foot-pounds of torque. There was also a version with 390 horsepower, but it was mostly for racing. This version had special parts like a long-duration camshaft and solid lifters, so it wasn't great for everyday driving. The standard 375 horsepower engine gave an exciting performance. Number 49. 1957 Ford Fairlane Skyliner. The Ford Fairlane 500 Skyliner was made from 1957 to 1959, showcasing significant advancements in car engineering and design. Its standout feature was the retractable hardtop, called the Hideaway Hardtop, which transformed the coupe into a convertible with the push of a button. Under the hood, the 57 Skyliner offered various engine options, with the base being a V8. Buyers could opt for different power plants, including the Thunderbird Special 312 cubic inch V8. Power varied depending on the engine, with the Thunderbird Special V8 delivering around 245 horsepower, ensuring lively performance. Equipped with an automatic transmission, the Skyliner amplifies driving, allowing for a hassle-free journey on the open road. Number 48. 1957 Ford Thunderbird. The Ford Thunderbird was made from 1955 to 1957. During these years, it became known for its elegance and style in American cars. In 1957, it got some updates like a bigger front grille and tail fins, which made it look even better. Under the hood, all Thunderbirds had a V8 engine. The basic one was a 312 cubic inch V8. It gave the car good power and a smooth ride. The exact power of the engine varied depending on how it was set up. The standard 312 V8 had about 245 horsepower, which made the car accelerate nicely. Even though the Thunderbird wasn't built for speed, it focused on giving a comfortable and stylish ride. Number 47. 1957 Pontiac Bonneville Convertible. The Pontiac Bonneville Convertible was only available in 1957, making it a unique gem with a short production span. Its standout feature lies beneath the hood, boasting a robust 317 horsepower V8 engine that delivers thrilling performance. What truly distinguishes it is the rare Rochester fuel injection system, a cutting-edge technology found in only 630 of these convertibles. With its formidable power, the Bonneville convertible effortlessly blends elegance and muscle, offering a graceful yet powerful ride. Paired with an automatic transmission, driving the 57 Bonneville promises smooth shifts and effortless cruising, enhancing its allure as a classic automobile. Number 46. 1957 Cadillac Eldorado Brougham. The Cadillac Eldorado Brougham was only made for 2 years, 1957 and 58. In 1957, they made just 400 cars, and in 1958 they only made 304. This car had a big 6.3-liter V8 engine. It had 2 4-barrel carburetors, which made it very powerful and fast. For the transmission, it had an automatic gearbox. This made the car shift gears smoothly and made driving effortless. The Cadillac Eldorado Brougham was known for its luxury and power during its short production run in the late 1950s. Number 45. 1958 Chrysler 300D. The 1958 Chrysler 300D was part of a series called the Letter Series. You could get it either as a two-door hardtop or a convertible. In 1958, Chrysler only made 618 hardtops and 191 convertibles of this car. This car had some unique features. It had 4 headlamps, a grille that looked like an egg crate, and big tail fins. But it didn't have too much extra decoration on the sides, and it didn't come in 3 colors. Under the hood, the 300D had a big engine, a 6.4-liter V8. People called this engine the Hemi. It could make 380 horsepower. Chrysler also tried something new with fuel injection, but it didn't work well, so they went back to using carburetors. Number 44. 1959 Buick Electra 225 convertible. The Buick Electra 225 convertible was made in 1959 and 1960. These years marked a change from the fancy style of the 1950s to the smoother designs of the early 1960s. It has a powerful 401 cubic inch nailhead V8 engine with 325 horsepower and 445 pound-feet of torque. This engine has a 4-barrel carburetor for strong performance, especially when cruising with the top down. Its design is striking, with a sweeping front end, bold body lines, and distinctive tail fins. Shiny trim decorates the bumpers, grille, side moldings, and lights, adding to its luxurious look. Inside, there's a stylish red leather interior with bucket seats and modern features like a Sonomatic AM radio, air conditioning, and power windows and front bench seat adjustments, ensuring a comfortable ride. Number 43. 1959 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. The 1959 Cadillac Coupe de Ville was a standout model in Cadillac's lineup that year. Known for its extravagant design, it featured distinctive tail fins that are still memorable today. Underneath the hood, it packed a strong V8 engine, with the most notable being the 390 cubic inch V8, generating around 325 horsepower for a smooth ride. Its exterior was easily recognizable thanks to its large tail fins, twin bullet tail lamps, and unique grille patterns, all accentuated by jewel-like chrome trim. Inside, passengers were treated to luxurious amenities like power windows and two-way power seats, ensuring a comfortable and elegant ride in this luxury car. Number 42. 1959 Chrysler 300E. In 1959, Chrysler introduced the 300E as part of its prestigious Letter Series. Among these exclusive cars, the 300E stood out with only 647 units produced, making it one of the rarest models of the late 1950s. Beneath its hood lay a formidable 413 cubic inch Golden Lion wedgehead V8 engine. This powerhouse, outfitted with dual 4-barrel carburetors, boasted an impressive 380 horsepower, matching the performance of earlier Hemi engines. Virgil Exner's design philosophy, known as the forward look, shaped the 300E's sleek lines and distinctive appearance. Despite its elegance, the 300E remains somewhat underrated, deserving greater acclaim as a true classic. Number 41. 1959 DeSoto Adventurer. The 1959 DeSoto Adventurer underwent a redesign, drawing inspiration from Chrysler's high-end models. Launched in October 1958, it showcased fresh design elements. As part of Exner's Forward Look program, it boasted extravagant details and futuristic touches reflecting the jet age. Powering it was a 383 cubic inch V8 engine with dual golden carburetors, delivering 350 horsepower and enabling speeds over 140 miles per hour. Inside, the Adventurer boasted a welcoming cabin adorned with intricate chrome and gold accents, ensuring each journey was luxurious and memorable. Overall, it blended style, power, and comfort, embodying the spirit of automotive innovation. Number 40. 1960 Chrysler 300F. The Chrysler 300F was made in 1960 as part of Chrysler's special series of luxury cars. It had a strong engine known as the Golden Lion, a 413 cubic inch V8 engine. This engine had 2 4-barrel carburetors. This made the car very powerful on the road. It could produce 375 horsepower, which was a lot for that time. The 300F was admired for its speed and sleek design. It came with a TorqueFlite automatic transmission, which made driving smooth and comfortable. Whether cruising casually or needing a burst of power, the 300F could handle it all effortlessly. Number 39. 1961 Chrysler 300G. The Chrysler 300G was made in 1961 only. It belonged to the special Letter series of car known for luxury and power. Underneath its sleek look, the 300G had a strong engine. It had a 413 cubic inch V8 engine, similar to the 300F before it. But the 300G got more power with a cross-ram induction system. This system had 2 4-barrel carburetors at different angles, boosting performance. With 375 horsepower, the 1961 Chrysler 300G was one of the strongest cars of its time. Its powerful engine and streamlined design allowed it to accelerate with excitement. Number 38. 1961 Lincoln Continental. In 1961, the Lincoln Continental made waves in the luxury car scene with its innovative design and high standards. Produced solely for the 1961 model year, it showcased pioneering features. Beneath its sleek exterior, the Continental housed a robust 430 cubic inch V8 engine, renowned for its reliability and impressive torque. This power plant epitomized refined performance, aligning perfectly with the car's luxurious persona. Despite not being the most potent engine of its era, generating around 300 horsepower, it offered ample power for elegant cruising experiences. Number 37. 1961 Pontiac Ventura Hardtop. The 1961 Pontiac Ventura Hardtop belonged to Pontiac's Catalina lineup and was exclusively produced during that model year. Underneath the hood, the Ventura boasted several V8 engine options, allowing buyers to select from various displacements, including the 389 cubic inch V8. This engine was renowned for its reliability and smooth power delivery, catering to different performance preferences. Despite not being the most potent in its class, the 389 V8 could deliver approximately 283 to 318 horsepower. This power output provided a balanced mix of performance and efficiency, making the Ventura a compelling choice for buyers in 1961. Number 36. 1962 Pontiac Grand Prix. The 1962 Pontiac Grand Prix was the start of an impressive legacy, hitting the roads as a large, high-performance coupe in 1962. Beneath its sleek exterior, it packed a powerful punch with a 305 horsepower, 389 cubic inch V8 engine. This engine wasn't just about brute force. It was engineered to deliver strong acceleration and an exhilarating driving experience. With 303 horsepower at its disposal, the Grand Prix had plenty of muscle for those who crave spirited driving. Its V8 engine's torque ensured confident acceleration, promising pure joy for anyone eager to take it out on the open road. Number 35. 1963 Chevrolet Corvette Coupe. The 1963 Corvette Coupe had a special design with a split rear window, which was only used for 1 year. This unique feature gave the car a memorable look. Under the hood, it had an optional fuel-injected V8 engine. This engine was a small block V8 with a size of 327 cubic inches, which is about 5.4 liters. It could produce 360 horsepower. This engine was known for its ability to rev high and deliver power smoothly. With 360 horsepower, the 1963 Corvette Coupe was a strong sports car for its time. Number 34. 1963 Chevrolet Impala. The 1963 Impala was made during a time when Chevrolet was on its third round of redesigns for the Impala, which lasted from 1961 to 64. One special thing about this car was the choice of engines you could get. One standout option was the 409 cubic inch V8 engine. This engine came in different power levels, from 340 to 425 horsepower. The 425 horsepower version was especially popular among people who love fast cars. Besides its powerful engine, the Impala had a sleek and stylish look, with long lines and a unique front grille. With its 425 horsepower, the 1963 Impala was considered quite a powerful car for its time. Number 33. 1963 Studebaker Avanti. The Studebaker Avanti was made by the Studebaker Corporation from June 1962 to December 1963. It had a unique design created by Raymond Loewy's team, featuring a fiberglass body on a modified Studebaker Lark 109-inch convertible chassis. Under the hood, it housed a modified 289 cubic inch V8 engine, with the option of adding a Paxton supercharger. This supercharged V8 engine added to its appeal, enhancing its performance. In its basic configuration, the Avanti's engine produced 240 horsepower, while the supercharged R3 engine variant pushed its performance capabilities even further. Number 32. 1964 Chevrolet Corvair Monza Spider. The Corvair Monza Spider was made in 1964. It had a special engine compared to other Corvair models. This engine was turbocharged, which means it had a device to increase its power. It was a 145 cubic inch engine. The engine was unique with a mix of materials: aluminum for the case and heads, and cast iron for the cylinders. Adding the turbocharger changed many parts of the engine. With this setup, the engine could produce 150 horsepower, a measure of its strength. This was quite impressive given the light weight of the Corvair chassis. Buyers could select either a 3-speed manual or a 4-speed manual transmission for the Monza Spider. Number 31. 1964 Ford Mustang Convertible. The first-generation Ford Mustang convertibles from 1964 and 1965, often called 1964.5 models, debuted in April 1964 and continued through the 1965 model year. These early Mustangs boasted various engine options. The base model featured a U-Code 170 cubic inch inline-6 engine. Another option was the F-Code 260 cubic inch V8. For greater power, buyers could opt for the D-Code 289 cubic inch 4-barrel carburetor V8, delivering 210 horsepower. Notably, The 289 V8, particularly in its 4-barrel carburetor setup, offered impressive performance for a convertible during that era. Number 30. 1965 Buick Riviera GS. In 1965, Buick introduced the Riviera GS as part of its first-generation Riviera lineup. This marked the debut of the Grand Sport option for the Riviera, enhancing both its performance and style. One standout feature was its powerful engine, the Super Wildcat 425 cubic-inch nailhead V8. This engine boasted dual 4-barrel carburetors, contributing to its impressive output. With a robust 360 horsepower, the 1965 Buick Riviera GS was not only stylish, but also formidable on the road. It was paired with a 3-speed automatic transmission, ensuring smooth shifts and effortless cruising. Number 29. 1965 Pontiac GTO. In the mid-1960s, Pontiac introduced the GTO, a car that quickly gained popularity among muscle car fans. The 1965 model was part of the first generation of GTOs, which started in 1964 and lasted until 1967. This year marked the second year of production for the GTO, and its reputation continued to grow. Underneath its hood, the 65 GTO housed a powerful 389 cubic-inch V8 engine. One standout feature was its tri-power setup, which included 3 2-barrel carburetors, enhancing its performance. With around 335 horsepower, depending on the version, this engine enabled the GTO to accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just over 6 seconds, a remarkable achievement at the time. Number 28. 1965 Shelby Mustang GT350. The Shelby GT350 was made in 1965 and 1966. During these years, Carroll Shelby teamed up with Ford to create a special version of the Mustang. One notable feature was its powerful engine. It had a modified 289 cubic-inch V8 tuned for racing. This engine delivered 306 horsepower, providing thrilling acceleration. Unique components, like a high-rise aluminum intake manifold and a Holley carburetor, enhanced its performance. The GT350 came with a closed-ratio 4-speed manual transmission, ideal for dynamic driving. Its short-throw shifter enabled precise gear changes, adding to the excitement of driving this high-performance machine. Number 27. 1966 Oldsmobile Toronado. The Oldsmobile Toronado hit the roads in 1966, staying in production until 1970. It was a big deal, as it was the first front-wheel drive car made in the USA since the Cord 810 A12. The 1966 model boasted a robust 375 horsepower V8 engine, a remarkable feature under its hood. What made it stand out even more was its transaxle version of GM's turbo-hydromatic transmission, which powered the front wheels. This combination of a potent V8 engine and front-wheel drive was a bold move, setting the Toronado apart from the traditional luxury cars of the time. Its 375 horsepower engine delivered thrilling performance, distinguishing it from its rear-wheel drive counterparts. Number 26. 1967 Cadillac Eldorado. The 1967 Cadillac Eldorado was released as part of the 1968 model year, marking Cadillac's debut in the personal luxury car segment. It featured a powerful 7.7-liter naturally aspirated V8 engine. This overhead valve engine delivered an impressive 375 horsepower, with a maximum torque peaking at 712 Nm. Coupled with a 3-speed automatic transmission, the Eldorado offered spirited acceleration and smooth cruising, enhancing the overall driving experience. Number 25. 1967 Chevrolet Corvette L88. In 1967, Chevrolet introduced the Corvette L88, a rare gem among cars of its time. Only 20 of these were ever ordered, making it exceptionally scarce. Underneath its sleek exterior lay a powerful heart, a 427 cubic-inch big block V8 engine. This engine boasted impressive specs, including a 4.251-inch bore and a 3.7-inch stroke. With a high compression ratio of 12.5 to 1, it demanded nothing less than 103-octane fuel to perform at its best. Its solid lifter camshaft lifted valves with 0.540 inches of force and lasted for 326 degrees of engine rotation. Additionally, its aluminum cylinder heads housed valves measuring 2.19 inches for intake and 1.84 inches for exhaust. Despite its official rating of 430 horsepower, the L88 was known to deliver even more power, providing an exhilarating driving experience. Number 24. 1967 Pontiac Grand Prix Convertible. The 1967 Pontiac Grand Prix Convertible was made only for 1 year. It's special because it's the only Grand Prix that was ever a convertible. This car had a big and powerful engine under its hood. It was a 428 cubic-inch V8 engine. The engine used a technology called overhead valve. It made 376 brake horsepower. The engine also made a lot of torque, reaching up to 627 Nm. With 376 horsepower, the Grand Prix convertible could give a thrilling performance. It had a 4-speed manual transmission, which made driving it even more exciting. Number 23. The AMC AMX was made in 1968 and 69. Only 15,000 units were made, making it a popular classic car. Each AMX had 2 seats and bucket seats came standard. It had a powerful V8 engine, which focused on performance. The dashboard had sporty circular gauges, including a tachometer that could go up to 8,000 RPM, although the safe red line was around 5,000 RPM. The AMX came with 3 versions of the Gen 2 V8 engine, all offering high performance. Number 22. 1969 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. The 1969 Chevrolet Camaro Z28 was a car made only for 1 year. Its standout feature was its strong 302 cubic inch V8 engine. Officially, it was said to have 290 horsepower, but many believed it actually had closer to 375 horsepower, which made it very powerful. This car had dual exhaust, which made a thrilling sound. With 290 horsepower and its lightweight, the Z28 was a very strong car. It also had front disc brakes that could stop the car quickly, making it handle very well. Number 21. 1969 Dodge Charger. The 1969 Charger belonged to the second generation of Chargers, which began after the successful introduction of the new body style in 1968. It was manufactured during the 1969 model year. The Charger offered a variety of engine options to cater to different preferences. Surprisingly, the base model featured a 225 cubic inch displacement slant 6 engine, producing 145 horsepower. About 500 of the 1969 Chargers were equipped with the less powerful engine. The road track model, aimed at performance enthusiasts, boasted a mighty 440 SID Magnum V8 engine, generating 375 horsepower. At the pinnacle of the lineup was the legendary 426 SID Street Hemi engine, delivering an impressive 425 horsepower. These engine options varied significantly in power. Transmission choices included a 4-speed manual and the TorqueFlite automatic. The Charger RT model came standard with automatic transmission, accompanied by Dodge's distinctive bumblebee stripes. Number 20. 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona. The 1969 Charger Daytona was produced for only 1 year and was specifically designed for top performance in racing. Dodge created it after the 1968 Dodge Charger 500 had difficulties in NASCAR. The Daytona, based on the second-generation Charger RT trim, came with a heavy-duty suspension and brake system. It was equipped with a powerful 440 cubic inch Magnum V8 engine. Collectors highly value the optional 426 cubic inch Hemi V8 engine, which only 70 out of the 503 Daytonas had. The standard 440 Magnum V8 was very powerful, while the optional 426 Hemi V8 provided even more strength. It was available in either 4-speed manual or 3-speed automatic. Number 19. 1969 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. The 1969 Trans Am was introduced as a performance and appearance package. Although it was still based on the styling of the 1967 and 1968 Firebirds, the 1969 model had a more aggressive look. It was the last of the first-generation Firebirds, but continued to be produced into early 1970s. The Trans Am package, known as option code WS4, featured the powerful Ram Air 3 engine. This engine was a 6.5-liter naturally aspirated V8 that produced 335 horsepower. It also generated a maximum torque of 583 Newton-meters. The Ram Air 3 engine gave the Trans Am significant power, making it a standout on the road. Number 18. 1970 Buick GSX. The Buick GSX was produced from 1970 to 1972, a brief period that left a significant mark on muscle car fans. Its striking design featured bold paint colors, distinctive stripes, and spoilers, making it stand out. Under the hood, the GSX came with a powerful 455 cubic inch V8 engine as standard. In 1971, buyers also had the option of a 350 cubic inch V8 engine, the same as the base Buick Skylark GS. The 455 delivered impressive horsepower, although the exact numbers varied. The GSX's performance was further enhanced by its excellent handling. Number 17. 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS. The 1970 Chevelle SS, part of the second generation of Chevelles, was available as an option for hardtops and convertibles. Its standout feature was its powerful engine lineup. The standard engine was a 396 cubic inch V8, producing 350 horsepower. For those desiring more power, the 454 cubic inch LS6 V8 engine was available, delivering an impressive 450 horsepower with a high-lift camshaft, forged pistons, and Holley 4-barrel carburetor. Transmission choices included the TH400 3-speed automatic and several 4-speed manual transmissions, ensuring a thrilling driving experience. Number 16. 1970 Chevrolet Corvette LT1. The LT1 engine, produced by Chevrolet between 70 and 72, was exclusively available in the Corvette and Camaro. This engine is celebrated as one of Chevy's best small-block engines, with its roots tracing back to 1955. The 1970 LT1 was a high-output version of GM's 350 cubic inch engine. It featured a cast iron cylinder block and a 1018 alloy steel crankshaft, which was cross-drilled and internally balanced with Moraine 400 rod and main bearings. The heavy-duty connecting rods measured 5.700 inches in length, supporting forged TRW pistons made of high silicone aluminum, with a higher compression ratio. The LT1 produced an impressive 370 horsepower. Number 15, 1970 Plymouth Cuda. The 1970 Plymouth Cuda saw a significant redesign, with a width increase of 5 inches while maintaining similar length. This wider frame accommodated a variety of powertrain options, notably the legendary 426 cubic inch Hemi V8 engine. Renowned for its raw power and unique hemispherical combustion chambers, the 426 Hemi delivered up to 425 horsepower with dual 4-barrel carburetors. Though buyers could choose from other engines, including the Slant 6 and smaller V8s, the Hemi remains the most sought after. The Cuda also offered a choice between a 4-speed manual transmission or a torque flight automatic, with enthusiasts often preferring the manual for maximum control. Number 14, 1970 Plymouth Superbird. The Plymouth Superbird was produced for just 1 year in 1970, but it left a lasting impression with its bold design and high-speed performance. Based on the Plymouth Roadrunner and designed for NASCAR racing, it featured a 20-inch extended nose and streamlined rear window to reduce wind resistance, and a distinctive 24-inch rear wing for downforce and stability. Engine options included a base 440 cubic inch V8 engine, and buyers could choose between a 4-speed manual or automatic transmission. In the 1970 NASCAR season, Richard Petty drove the Superbird to 18 victories, but rule changes in 1971 ended its dominance. Number 13, 1973 Pontiac Super Duty Trans Am. The Super Duty Trans Am was produced during the 1973 and 1974 model years, standing out as a symbol of power and speed despite the era's strict emissions regulations and declining vehicle performance. At its core was a hand-built high-performance V8 engine, specifically the Super Duty 455 cubic inch V8. This engine delivered around 290 horsepower and an impressive 395 pound-feet of torque, making it a unique, purpose-built powerhouse designed for the road. With its net 290 horsepower, the Super Duty Trans Am was far from an ordinary pony car, combining raw strength with precise handling for dominance on both straightaways and winding roads. Number 12, 1987 Buick GNX. The Buick GNX, produced in a limited edition of 547 vehicles in 1987, stands as a high point in performance and handling for Buick, General Motors, and all U.S. automotive brands of that time. This special version of the rear-drive Buick Grand National featured a turbocharged 3.8-liter V6 engine. Buick modestly claimed it had 245 horsepower, but it actually had more power. Key modifications included port and polished heads, a larger turbocharger with a ceramic turbine wheel, a dual exhaust system, and a recalibrated engine control computer. Despite its official rating, the GNX could outperform new Corvettes. Number 11, 1990 Chevrolet Corvette ZR1. The Chevrolet Corvette ZR1 was produced from 1990 to 95, featuring advanced technology and performance upgrades. Its standout feature was the LT5 engine, a hand-built 5.7-liter V8 with an aluminum block and heads, featuring 32 valves for efficient airflow and better performance. Unlike the standard Corvette's pushrod setup, the ZR1 used a double overhead cam design for higher revs and improved breathing. Developed with Lotus Engineering, the LT5 produced an impressive 400 horsepower. Power was delivered to the rear wheels through a ZF 6-speed manual gearbox, providing a thrilling driving experience. Number 10, 1949 Ford Custom. The 1949 Ford Custom was part of the F-Series lineup, which included the F1 half-ton, F2 3/4-ton, and F3 heavy-duty trucks. These trucks were produced in the late 1940s, with the 1949 model marking a shift from wartime production to post-war civilian vehicles. Under the hood, the 1949 Ford Custom offered two engine options, a 226 cubic inch inline 6-cylinder engine producing 95 horsepower, and a 239 cubic inch flathead V8 engine delivering 100 horsepower. The trucks came with a manual transmission, offering drivers a choice between a 3-speed or a 4-speed gearbox. Number 9, 1948 Oldsmobile Futuramic 98. The 1948 Oldsmobile Futuramic 98 was a top-tier model in the Oldsmobile lineup, showcasing significant advancements in design and technology after World War II. It featured an advanced powertrain with engine options including a 455 cubic inch Oldsmobile V8, known for its robust performance and smooth delivery. The 1948 model also had a smaller grille, first introduced in the 1964 Oldsmobile, and a sophisticated suspension system called quadra-coil springing, which used heavy coil springs at the solid rear axle and double-action Hydrolock shock absorbers on all four corners. The specific horsepower varied by engine, but the 455 cubic inch V8 provided ample power for smooth cruising and acceleration. Number 8, 1946 Chevrolet Stylemaster. In 1946, Chevrolet introduced the Series DJ Stylemaster as their base model alongside the high-end Series DK Fleetmaster. The Stylemaster boasted a sturdy inline six-cylinder engine with a displacement of 3,548 cubic centimeters, delivering 90 horsepower. Its engine featured a bore of 3.5 inches, a stroke of 3.8 inches, and a compression ratio of 6.6 to 1, supported by 4 main bearings and a cast-iron cylinder block. Equipped with a Carter one-barrel carburetor, this engine ensured dependable performance for everyday driving needs. Coupled with a 3-speed manual transmission, the Stylemaster facilitated precise gear shifts and efficient power distribution. Number 7. 1944 Nash Ambassador Slipstream. The Nash Ambassador Slipstream was built during World War II, a time of challenges. Because of wartime rules, not many cars were made, so these vehicles are quite rare. Under its hood, it had a flathead six-cylinder engine with a size of around 234 cubic inches. Although exact horsepower varies, it offered good performance for its era. The car featured a 3-on-the-tree manual transmission, allowing drivers to change gears smoothly. These features made the Ambassador Slipstream distinctive during its production years, despite the limitations imposed by the wartime conditions. Number 6. 1933 Chrysler CL Imperial Dual Cowl Phaeton. The 1933 Chrysler CL Imperial Dual Cowl Phaeton was a fancy car in Chrysler's luxury collection. It came after the Series CG Imperial launched in 1931 and lasted until 1933. Only a few of these special cars were made. It had a big 384 cubic inch inline 8-cylinder engine under its long hood. The strong engine replaced the inline 6 from earlier Imperials. The CL Imperial had a special LeBaron Dual Cowl Phaeton body customized by Ralph Roberts, a partner at coach builder LeBaron. He made some changes to make it look even longer and stylish. Number 5. 1934 LaSalle Series 350 Convertible Coupe. The 1934 LaSalle Series 350, produced by General Motors, was situated between Cadillac and Oldsmobile in GM's lineup, and it utilized the B platform alongside Buick and Oldsmobile models. LaSalle's sales saw a significant boost in 1934, doubling due to its striking redesign and innovative features. Under its hood, the LaSalle boasted an 8-cylinder L-head inline engine with 240 cubic inches, which it shared with Oldsmobile. It also pioneered hydraulic brakes and an advanced independent front suspension system, distinguishing itself from the Cadillac. Number 4. 1932 Auburn 12 160A Speedster. The Auburn 12 was made in 1932 and 1933. If the cars didn't sell, they were sold again in 1934. The car had a special engine. It was a 391 cubic inch Lycoming V12 engine. George Kublin, the main engineer, designed it. It had a narrow V-angle of 45 degrees and 4 main bearings. The engine had dual carburetors, one for each set of cylinders. It produced 160 horsepower, the highest amount per cubic inch among Detroit's engines then. The combustion chamber design was smart with almost vertical pockets. It had one camshaft in the V that operated the valves horizontally via rocker arms. Number 3. 1938 Talbot Lago T150 CSS. The T150 CSS was made by the famous Parisian car designers Figoni et Falaschi. Talbot Lago built only 11 of these stunning New York-style teardrop coupes between 1937 and 1938. This specific car was unique because it was built for racing. Underneath its stylish Art Deco body, there's a powerful 4-liter inline-6 engine. This engine had hemispherical combustion chambers and 3 Zenith Stromberg carburetors. The T150 CSS was created for competition, focusing on both horsepower and handling. Number 2. 1937 Delahaye 135M Roadster. The Delahaye 135M, a renowned French car model, was made from 1935 to 1954 in various designs. Among these, the 135M Roadster stood out for its blend of style and performance. Powered by a 3.5-liter 6-cylinder engine with overhead valves, it produced 160 horsepower, offering impressive acceleration. Its lightweight construction and agile chassis made it ideal for competitive racing. Capable of reaching a top speed of 103 miles per hour, thanks to its 4-speed manual gearbox, the 135M Roadster provided precise control and exhilarating driving experience. Number 1. 1912 Stutz Model A Bearcat. The original Bearcat was first made in 1912, continuing until 1916 with its distinctive doorless design. It was crafted on a modified Stutz car chassis, boasting a compact 390 cubic inch engine, generating 60 horsepower, manufactured by the Wisconsin Motor Manufacturing Company. In line with racing and sports cars of its era, the Bearcat sported minimal bodywork, featuring an open bucket seat, a distinctive doghouse hood, and a small monocle windscreen. Its fuel tank was placed on a short rear deck. Equipped with a potent 60-horsepower engine, the Bearcat proved formidable both on the racetrack and as a stylish roadster. Transmission controls included external gear shifts and brake levers. The later Series S Bearcat of 1917 introduced an enclosed cockpit with step-over sides, while maintaining the right-hand drive configuration. These 100 rare American old cars represent a captivating journey through automotive history, from iconic classics to obscure gems. Each vehicle tells a unique story of innovation and craftsmanship. Which rare car surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below and subscribe for more fascinating content.